Why is it necessary to be outside the control of the mothership? Understand that businesses, corporations, organizations are built to prevent risk. They're adverse to big change, radical change. So if you come along with some radical ideas, disruptive ideas, you're not going to be very popular under the normal status quo. Hey, I'm John Harris, and this is the Exponential Entrepreneur Academy, coming to you live from London. And today we're going to be talking about autonomy. Remember, we had the control side and the creative side. We're on the control side. So let me describe for you what autonomy is. And from my notes here, let me quote you. Autonomy is self-organizing, multidisciplinary teams operating with decentralized authority. Multidisciplinary teams, small teams, acting with their own decentralized autonomy. It's very important, and that's because they need to be away from the main corporate body in order to have the freedom to start doing some more creative work, some more radical ideas. Let's discuss value, the company Value Software, which is a gaming company. And it's a most unusual organization because it has 330, 350 staffers, but it doesn't have the classic management structure. It doesn't have the classic reporting or regular meetings. In fact, it doesn't even have a normal job description. Instead, the company hires talented self-starters, critically important. And they decide what projects they'd like to get involved with, what they'd like to do. They also encourage those same staffers, talented people, to start their own projects, to see where they can perhaps get some innovation going. So long as it falls under the MTP. Remember, the key foundation stone of exponential organizations is the MTP, and we've discussed this previously, the massively transformative purpose. So people working within the same confines or working remotely are all falling under the MTP. Autonomy is a prerequisite for permissionless innovation. And it's important that people are given, in innovation, we've spoken about the 5x5x5, the 4 5s, where they'll have a certain budget, certain amount of time, some restrictions as far as time squeeze and that's concerned, but the 5 of them, multi-talented, will then go and try and innovate. And they're going to be permissionless. They're going to try anything they think out of the box, laterally, how they can think up something that may be very innovative. Extreme autonomy, and this is relying on small multidisciplinary teams, and it must have that excellent talent. You've got to get the right kind of talent, and you have to get different people in a team, not all from marketing, not all from R&D. You want to cross-pollinate from different aspects of the company and get different ideas across. This organization structure is also created as a social. So the consequences here, look, of this type of company, it creates open, trusted, social conditions for the staff, and it also results in a lot happier staff. And we know that happier staff translates into happier customers. The other thing, of course, is it creates far less staff churn. Here are a few more companies. Let's discuss a few more organizations that are already on the cutting edge of this type of management system, this kind of business profile. Medium, Zappos, Morningstar, and Favi are a couple of examples of companies on the cutting edge of this kind of management structure or business structure. Let's look at the New York best-selling book, Creativity Inc. And I'm going to read to you here a piece from that book. Overcoming the unseen forces that stand in the way of true inspiration. They're trying to get past these forces that stop this inspiration. And the company, we start from the presumption that our people are talented. They have that authority and they have that respect that those staff are capable. And they understand that without meaning to, a lot of times the company will stifle that talent. And it can be in a myriad of ways, unseen ways. We try to identify and immediately address those issues to remove them. So that they are trying to watch closely to see, to allow their staff the ideas and what they're trying to get past and get into the mainstream is allowed to flow without the company creating an impediment. So let's understand why this is important, and let's look at some of the prerequisites to get this type of thing going within an organization. Some of the things why it's important is increased agility, which we know about. More accountability on the coalface. That is where we interact with the client, with the customer. It's very quickly noticeable what goes on between the company and the client. Faster reaction and learning times, and we've discussed already that the learning capability of an organization and the speed of implementation is its only competitive advantage. And it creates better morale. We've already discussed that. On the prerequisite side, we have to have the MTP. It's absolutely necessary to have that massively transformative purpose. Something is large enough to excite people, to get people to want to be part of it. They've got to buy into that vision. Obviously, we want self-starters, which was another key component. Without that type of personnel, you're not going to deliver, or you're not going to get the innovation, obviously. And then dashboards are very important, which we've spoken about before, in transferring the communication, the data, the information flows coming through a dashboard, whether it's from staff, from clients, from the crowd, from suppliers, however it's coming in. It's all coordinated through the dashboards and automated platforms. And just to finish off, today's a shorter little episode, but to finish off, Charles Darwin, he noted that he, in fact, discovered that evolution progresses much faster where you have small groups of a species that are separated from the main body of the species and adapt under stressful conditions. You have, for example, the Galapagos Islands, and those are fairly harsh environments. And you have the same bird or tortoise from one side of the islands getting onto another island, and the difference is the vegetation, the food that's available. Those are some of the conditions, and they have a very quick effect on the animals' adaptation and how they start to differ from each other. So that is a natural type of force, and we know that things work better in small manageable teams. So that is something to think about on autonomy. And as usual, you can like, follow, and subscribe to us. You can go to our Facebook, Exponential Entrepreneurs Academy on Facebook, and there are some events that are coming up. You can register on there, and as usual, we'll see you in the next episode.